Welcome to Xtra presented by VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. No filter. Very censored. You can follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Be sure to follow Xtra on Twitter at Xtra VDG. Check out the website as well. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. That is xtra.vdgsports.com. There's a YouTube as well, VDG Sports. Like, subscribe, share, or do whatever it is you do there. Comment if you may, comment if you must, if that is what you trust. This episode, as you probably know by now, is not being sponsored by VinceDouglasGregory.com. VinceDouglasGregory.com is where you can keep up with me, my whereabouts, my well-being, everything in between. Basically, long story short or short story long, all things Vince. Even what I'm not up to and what I'm not doing. Noobs, thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you for giving me a chance. That's all I ask for. That's all I can ever ask for is an opportunity and a chance. So I'm just going to say once again, thank you for the chance. Regs, we back at it again. Regs, we do what we do. Regs, this feels like it's every single day, but we know it's not every day. It just feels that way because we have this special, unique bond that we share. We don't know what to call it. One day, 1 month, 1 decade, 1 century, somebody's going to come up with the word for it. But until then, we're just going to share it because sharing is caring. And before I get started, I would like to say, if you are bothered, troubled, or just going through something, share that information, share that experience with someone else. Because I know the unknown is scary. You may haven't been in that position before, but talking to someone and seeking help and getting help, somebody can show you that you are not alone, and hopefully that can help you with the unknown, and hopefully that can help you to get out of whatever situation you are in. Share the information, talk to someone you know, talk to someone you don't know. Just share, and it's okay to be not okay. It is okay to not be okay. And that brings me to, I like personal growth. There's something about personal growth that just makes me feel a little bit better inside, knowing that I can look back at a situation, knowing that I can look back at a time period and I'm no longer doing that, or I'm no longer involved, or I'm improved, more efficient. Just throw any other word in there that means that growth. I want to say there's been something that I've miscalculated. There's been something that I miscalculated that I'm going to have to go back to. There's something that I know deep down that I probably should have never went away from it. I probably should have never went away, but me being wrapped up in personal growth and not really taking the necessary steps to think deeper, to get a more in-depth look at the situation in its totality, the situation as a whole, instead of just surface looking or just looking at it at the surface in a shallow manner. This is on me. This is on me, and I'm okay with that. This is on me. I'm okay with it because now I understand. Now I know this is definitely something that I'm going to have to keep within my life. Keep doing and keep reaching out to do this, even for fun, because it is for fun in my eyes. It is for fun in my eyes. Basically, reason I stopped, or the reason that led me to believe that I needed to do something else. One, I like the new. You know how I like the new. Noobs, you probably don't know, but I like the new, except for when the new is detriment to the overall end game or the overall goal. And that's where this is going to fall in now. But I like the new. I like the new. That was one. And two, and I'm not going to keep counting. I'm just going to say two because I'll just stop at two. I'll just stop at two because I don't want to keep counting. And when I have to keep counting, I run out of fingers, I run out of toes, and next thing you know, I lose count. It's not that many involved this time, but I don't want to go past two. I don't want to go past two. And the second thing, I can point to my ego. I can point to that inner self saying that I mastered and I conquered. I'm on a different level. I've leveled up to the point where I can't level up anymore. You just throw all that in there and it all means the same. Basically, I thought that I perfected the art. I thought I perfected the science. I thought that I had everything down and there was no reason. There was no reason for me to keep doing this. I've mastered it. I know everything, or I know the things that I think I should know. I know enough of it. I'm efficient. And basically, it got a little boring. And that goes back to the wanting the new. And I processed all of that into, I'm just going to go ahead and stop doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it alone. I'm just going to go ahead and say, it's over. It is done. Time to go to the next challenge. Time to go to the next thing that would or that will help me to continue to grow as a person. Because personal growth is something that is major with me. Personal growth is something that I definitely value a lot. And I thought that was the case. I thought that was the case, but after a couple years and looking back and feeling how I feel now compared to when I felt then, there's something missing. There's just something different. Things just isn't and wasn't the same. And I had to take some time to reflect and get to the place and get to the point where did it all go wrong, or what changed? What was the turning point? And that put me back on that moment 2 years ago when I decided that I no longer need to write. I no longer need to write. Writing, I'm done with it. Writing, I can. Write to write, I can. Write for fun, I can. Write for entertainment, I can write for a multitude of things. And I, for the most part, perfected the art form to the best of my abilities. And it was to the point where not only was I just writing to write, but I was writing and it almost felt like a chore. And that's on me. That's my bad. That's my faux pas on that. Because I now understand writing to me or writing for me is so much more than that. I blame myself for letting it get to that and not venturing out and not differentiating the writing styles and just exploring the unknown or exploring different parts of writing and just being able to look back and say, this is what I built. This is what I accomplished. I understand that now. I understand that now. Writing is like me rooting for my sport team. Writing is like me cheering on my sport team with one major difference. I can actually control what I write. I can actually control what I write. My sport team can make me feel happy. It can make me feel sad. It can make me feel joy. It can make me feel pain. It can present and put me in a position to feel almost every single emotion available. Writing to me is the same, but that's in my control. I can write how I feel. Some writing can make me feel good. Some writing can make me feel bad. Some writing can make me smile, and some writing can be just to vent. But all of that's in my control. All of that is my control. So for 2 years, I have just been letting my emotional self or letting my way to have control over something I can have control over, but giving that away or just exclusively having it push to my sport team, that wasn't a good idea. That was not a good idea, because if you know me and if you know me, my sport teams aren't that good. They aren't that good, and they haven't been that good in a long time. So you can understand my emotions. You can understand the high magnitude of this issue and the swings of the mood and the swings of the pure emotion on that level. And not only that, writing also allows me to control and have fun with language, to control and have fun with words. It can. I'll just stop at that. I don't want to continue down a path or road where I've already highlighted it. That's the path. That's the road. You pick. You choose. I'm just the narrator. You pick. You choose. I'm just the narrator. This writing and not being able to write and not having this control over the past 2 years, definitely, I'm not going to say it was a mistake, because it definitely needed to stop. I definitely needed to think on a deeper level of how and why I should be venturing out, how and why I should be going and doing writing or doing things that I don't normally do, just to keep it fresh, just to keep it new and offer that new and that freshness that I so much crave, but to just get rid of it completely, just to stop doing it altogether because I mastered it, just because I've got so efficient at it. I was bored with it. I was bored with it because I got so efficient with it. I learned that lesson. It took 2 years. Now I have a greater appreciation. Now I have a greater appreciation for. Now I have a greater appreciation for being able to control something I can control and not just give it away because I am bored. There are a lot of things that I can't control, and there are a lot of things that I depend on. And having the control to myself, all my lonesome, is is a way, way better idea than just living and going off the whims of the alternative. And I got 2 years experience for that. 2 years. And that's 365 times 2. I can do the math, and the math is in my head. I can do the math because the math's in my head. Definitely didn't need fingers and toes for that one.